spot.
Yeah.
How was your day?
My day was my day.
Your day?
Today is usually a harder day, but,
Yeah.
it's my dad's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove to the city to go to his favorite restaurant that we went to for Father's Day, um, like I think a year and a bit before he passed away. But anyhow, it doesn't really matter. So my brother, my sister, her husband, and myself, we all went, but it's on the northeast side of the city. And it's like
Oh,
a
yeah. How long?
35-minute drive. We hit a bunch of construction. It took us an hour to get there. And of course, we went a
Wow.
different way in because we were just talking. And then we left and missed our exits because we were talking, my brother and
Oh.
myself, on our way home. So it took even longer to get home. It was just,
I suffer from that too. Drive and talk and you can't find where you're
no,
going. I
no.
think that's pretty universal.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was good. It was a good day. It wasn't bad.
Nice. My
Yeah.
day was meetings. I finally got out of this chair and had to go for a walk and get outside because it was good. It was lots of good things, but just like bang, bang, bang. So, and we're getting ready to move. And so I feel a little anxious that I haven't done any of that stuff. Probably should have some sort of like yard sale or something this weekend, get rid of a bunch of stuff. But
Yeah. It's tough.
don't know.
I always feel unprepared when we move. We've
I'm
moved
so
a
tired
lot.
of moving.
I know.
Yeah, us too.
I mean, this is the
But we're
first
moving
time.
into a van, so
Yeah.
we can't bring anything. We have to either store it or get rid of it. So,
Well, we've lived in this house the longest. And we did live in our holiday trailer for 2 summers because we were homeless. And I was pregnant one time with one of our kids. It was great.
Gosh.
No.
Yeah, we bounced around to basements for a while there when we were young family, in between either building house. Like we were very fortunate that Trevor's dad was a home builder, so he helped us out by getting us started in that way. But there was a lot of transition time where we had to live in their basement or, in between things. We kind of had to make do because sometimes we had a big family, you can't find somewhere to rent that's just short term.
Yeah.
So we were at the mercy of gracious family members, and that we did have a lot of people that did do that for us, but it is tough going from place to place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fun.
So today we kind of wanted to shift it up a bit. And we don't know really what order these are going to be released in, but we thought the last few recordings we've been, talking about some of the things we really want to talk about, but we did always have the plan of keeping variety. And so today we're going to maybe go into something a little bit different around the paranormal stuff. I mean, I was thinking today, Ricki, about how this is called Granny's Basement Podcast, but when the 80s was like full of like scary movies for us anyways, and like paranormal stuff was like satanic stuff was all very like people were very afraid, and there was so much. It was not at all to diminish or minimize the realness of some of that, but I remember it being extremely like we were terrified of it. Like, and it was drilled into us that it was really dangerous, really bad, and it was very polarized, right? It was all good or all evil. There was no sort of in between. And I think you and I've talked a little bit before about my interest in the difference between religion and spiritualism, and sort of what spiritual practices there were before Christianity or before sort of colonization like that. More so before Christianity, because that was all spurred from that. But but it's really led me down kind of the rabbit trail in some cases of wanting to understand more about it. But some of those, I'm quite fascinated with paranormal stories, things like that now. Not from a place of fear or even danger, but of just curiosity. And I definitely know there's people in our family, because it was the way we were raised, that feel like that in itself is dangerous to even talk about it, or the idea of being interested in it would be looked at negatively.
Absolutely.
But what do you think about that in your own, like, how was your granny with all that? She was, obviously raised by my granny. So
I think religion just played a huge part in our lives, and that's what I remember most. She never really told me specifically, but obviously, like, if your friends pull out a Ouija board, you better leave, like, don't be around that. But I think, like, she didn't really say much to me about it. I think it was just known. Like, it was just a part of life.
Yeah.
Like, you just knew not to do that because we were in a religious environment and we were taught already that sort of stuff was just, don't mess around with that. So, but
and I remember being so fearful, and I know I talk about it on another episode, so I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself or not, but being so fearful as a kid around, like I remember being at a birthday party and they were going to watch The Exorcist, and I'm like, absolutely not, and made my dad come get me.
Yeah.
And, had very definite, rules for myself around that kind of safety. But I think as I got older and, I don't know, you start to realize that maybe it's not as black and white as you think it is.
Yeah.
And then I got even older and started to realize that the business of religion wasn't really aligning with me at all.
Yeah.
And I wasn't willing to participate anymore in something that I felt was really harmful. And it started me on a bit of a path about trying to learn, spiritualism or understand it in a different way. But then that also makes you think that a lot of what is called paranormal activity, or what is called a demonic, or what is called evil, is really shaped by the people who called it that, which was the church.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it was meant to make people afraid. The more afraid you are, the smaller the boxes, the more control people have. And again, I don't mean to say that it isn't dangerous. There definitely are things that I believe that, you have to be respectful of, So for me, doing an episode like this is not, it's fun. I mean, it's interesting. It's things that I think about and want to know more about. And so we're going on a bit of a rabbit trail today. So I'm interested to get into this topic.
Yeah, like, I definitely think that there is something out there. I do. Like, just working at the retirement home, I can honestly say that, like, I've had multiple experiences, where I knew I wasn't alone. I knew that there was something going on. And I think in a place like that, it's to be expected because people live and pass away there, right? And I can remember one time, and sorry, somebody's chewing on something.
I was going to say, are you kicking your dog away? What
I
are
was
you
trying
doing?
to kick her phone away because she's sitting
There's
here and
something
chewing.
paranormal happening under your desk.
There is. I don't want to say.
That wasn't her dog, you guys.
No.
It's
sorry. It was Charles, the creepy guy that lives. I don't know. I don't know.
Your house elf.
Yeah. we have this huge dining area. And in the dining area, there's no fans. And in fact, on the first floor, it's stagnant air. And we have this very nice lady who would decorate the lights and have like things hanging from them. And she had done paper flowers, and they never moved ever because there's no airflow. Like they just hung there and didn't do anything. And one night, my back was just killing me. So I go into the dining room and I lay on the bench, and I'm laying there, and right beside me, one of the flowers starts spinning, and it's the only one, just one. It starts spinning, and not slowly, like it's going a pretty not rapid, but it's spinning. And I was like, what is happening here? I don't want to move, because if I move, they're going to see me. They're going to know I'm here. And it literally stopped and changed directions.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, yeah, obviously my back's fine.
I can go back to where the TV right out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
goodness.
It gave me the weirdest feeling. And then it didn't move anymore after that. And I had been laying there for a long time when it started. So it's not like it was my wind that fired this up. But it was
you weren't
creepy.
you weren't running around that dining room like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah,
creating airflow.
Yeah. Do I look like I run anywhere?
You were there with a bad back.
Yeah.
Being like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
I just thought it gave me the weirdest feeling too. Like I
imagine it would just creep you out.
Yeah. Like, I know one time, because I worked in the middle of the night and I was there by myself, and I'd have to set up for breakfast. And so sometimes I'd have to go and fill up like the cookies and the muffins. And one night I took the lid off of the cookies and I set it down, and I went into the cooler to grab another bucket, and I came back out and the lid had moved. And I had goosebumps because I knew where I had put it, because I put it somewhere very intentionally. And I stood there and I had goosebumps, and I was like, don't move. Just stay there. Don't move. And I quickly did that, and then I left. Because I was like, I'm not hanging out here.